Hey, so welcome, folks. Thanks for joining the stream. And if you are watching this afterwards, then I appreciate you as well. I've been trying to make some of these to cut them out of my stream so that folks who can't join at that time still get to see the discussion we had. And today, Creative Assembly released news about update 1.3, which we were told is coming on June. Let me get the date right. It's down here at the bottom. June 30th. So June 30th is when update 1.3 is going to hit. That is on a Thursday. I don't know exactly the release time. It seems like CA is usually throwing news in there around like 9 in the morning or so. I don't know, 9 or 10 in the morning my time, which I think is like 3 to 4 p.m. like London time. But in any case, what is in update 1.3? What does it mean? Is it anything exciting? It's not going to be Immortal Empires. So we've been talking a lot about Immortal Empires news. This is not that, right? And remember, they said that Immortal Empires, did they say a date on Immortal Empires? Now I can't even remember. If they gave a date on that, hopefully someone in the chat will say something here in a minute and I'll call it out momentarily. I honestly can't remember. I know it was sooner than I expected, but still square in the middle of Q3 like they had said, I thought. But in any case, Regiments of Renown 2 is going to be one of the major features that's coming out in update 1.3. So you'll remember that each faction got one Regiment of Renown. It says that in this, 7 new Regiments of Renown are joining. So that's good to see. So it sounds like the same thing coming. People in the chat are saying they think it's August when it's coming. Yeah, maybe around September. I don't know. I was thinking I had heard August, but I can't remember for sure. In any case, so the Regiments of Renown are coming. Sounds like it's going to be the same as the last one. As far as character, trait, and skill tree reworks, it says this has been a hot topic for them. It says several skill trees will also be seeing updates. This should not only improve the efficacy of your lords and legendary lords, but will help factions who have historically struggled with replenishing their armies. We'll share specifics in the 1.3 release notes. So we don't get any more specifics than that. They said for folks who've been having trouble replenishing, I mean, is that Nurgle, Tzeentch? I mean, they don't replenish very well, do they? So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Realm of Chaos, it says the Realm of Chaos campaign, several new changes are being implemented, and these, in my opinion, are some good ones. Now, there's already mods that exist where you can just turn off the Realm of Chaos, so you can fix it that way if you don't want to have anything to do with it. I would highly recommend that if that's what you're looking for. I use one that's of the such. However, for those who do want to play the Realms of Chaos, but you want them to be improved, this is some good news. And honestly, I feel like this is the kind of stuff that I'm not going to bash CA per se. This stuff should have been able to get here a lot quicker. It didn't. It's a little bit too late now. It's good they're adding it. I'm glad they're adding it. But it's like a little too late because mods have addressed most of this. But again, go ahead and add it. Mistake was made. Doesn't hurt to fix it late. It's better than never. So when the AI teleports to the Forge of Souls, players will now be prompted to teleport and confront them. This is something I think I mentioned way back when the whole controversy around the game started. And I was like, hey, just make it where you teleport in, just like in Warhammer 2 in the Vortex campaign. And it looks like that's what they're doing. Again, maybe it was more challenging to implement this than I think it is. I would have liked to have seen this there sooner, but it's there, and that's good. Because the final encounter with Be'lakor has been adjusted to be less time-consuming. That's good, because those battles are really long. Like, I kind of like the survival battles sometimes, but they get so long that sometimes I find myself just auto-resolving them. So that's a good idea. So several tweaks are coming to Tzeentch's realm. So sigils will now be revealed when the player enters or exits a teleport locus. So that'll make things a little simpler. It says action points used to move and position your armies will no longer be lost when you interact with the point of interest. I think that's also a good one. So it's just less of you being arbitrarily stuck in the realm of Tzeentch for a long time. So I think that's probably a nice improvement. AI now has to teleport at least 8 times before accessing the final area in the realm of Tzeentch. So it's not just going to get lucky, hit a couple of teleportals, and be out. It says the use of changing of the ways is going to change, and the big change here is that minor factions for Tzeentch will no longer be able to use the changing of the ways anymore. Only major Tzeentch factions will, and they're going to increase the cooldown time so that you're not getting settlements stolen from you constantly. Cathayan formation attack is going to be addressed here, and essentially they said they're going to add some melee defense when the unit's in formation attack. It's kind of a cool idea, and they also said that, and take this for what it is, we'll have to test it and see. It says by updating the entity behavior so that soldiers will more actively seek out engagements. So I don't know, maybe it's supposed to make it be a defensive formation, but not quite so crappy in terms of never attacking. Not 100% sure there. I haven't really messed with formation attack very much with Cathay. Kurgan spawn rates. It says several changes are being made to the Kurgan warband armies from spawning continuously, offering the vigilant Cathayan player a chance to enjoy some well-earned moments of peace. So less spawns outside the wall. I'm kind of mixed on this one. I honestly kind of liked having a target-rich environment outside the wall. But, it could sometimes get overwhelming, so maybe people just had enough of it. So I'm open-minded. We'll see how that goes. Miao Ying now has Eye of the Storm, so apparently she couldn't access Eye of the Storm when she was in a dragon as it was intended, and so they fixed that. Unit responsiveness, so they're going to be improving how units navigate through settlements, how they react to retreat orders, and then it also says as well as how large units and heroes interact via synced animations. Hopefully we'll see some improvement there. I do definitely still see some issues with that in the game as I play it. AI focus on the backline. This was not something that I remembered being in their list, but this is good because, for instance, like anytime I play Slaanesh, they'll just take their chariots and all their units and just ignore the front line and just pull through to all my skirmishers. And yes, if you kill the skirmishers, that's good, but then they lose their whole army doing it. So this is interesting. I hope this works out the way they're stating here, which is that they still want to be able to try and outflank you, but they're hoping that the army doesn't just sacrifice itself trying to get to your back line. So hopefully this is a good change. We'll see as we go in. AI using abilities when they should not. That's pretty straightforward. Of course, they shouldn't be. Plague attrition. Again, this was something I called out way back, like right after the game launched. Hey, Plague. In fact, before the game launched, I was on the Discord with CA saying, hey, these plagues are ridiculous. You need to change them. And to me, this one seemed really easy. Again, you probably just have to go into a table and change a number where the plagues didn't last so long. They said they're going to reduce the duration of plagues. Personally, I just take the attrition out of the plagues and it's problem solved. Just make it hit melee defense, attack, or weapon damage, or something else. Leadership. Just have it hit something else, not attrition for the player. When you're playing as Nurgle, then let it give attrition to the other people. That's totally fine, right? That's totally fine. It just interrupts the campaign way too much as a player to have armies under attrition for many, many turns on end. So interesting. Like, I'm glad they're changing again. It's too late because mods already do it. I've already got the Pepto-Bismol mod that gets rid of the plague. But I'm glad to see them do it nonetheless. It says land and domination battles are now ranked. So that's cool. A little bit of variety there for anybody who's really into ranked multiplayer. You can pick either type of battle. And then they are bumping one of the items from 1.3 into the future. It doesn't say where they're bumping it to, which is increasing the frequency of field battles. So they apparently still working on something there. And again, it launches on June 30th. So there's your quick update if you are wondering what the latest news is on Warhammer 3. So if you are watching this outside of the stream, thank you for watching and appreciate you dropping by.